How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the post-Quinn Hughes trade Vancouver Canucks Franchise Mode, where today we're going to be going through the draft lottery, the draft, and the re-sign phase in this episode, so we're going to be getting a lot done. But first, a potential Abbotsford playoff run is in the midst. If I press start, they have one more game against Coachella Valley. I'm not sure if they'll make the playoffs. I think if they beat the Firebirds, there's a chance. If they lose, I feel like if they have you know what I mean? I feel like if they didn't have a chance, they would be eliminated. There would be enough exits to knock them out. I'm not sure if they have a chance to make the playoffs, but we will see. Let's sim up to that game, just at least to that game, to see if they do make the playoffs. While we're doing that, the rules will be put up on the screen. Those are the rules of the franchise mode. Look at that. I remembered this time. One more game against the Firebirds. I think we just got to win because the Barracuda and the Silver Knights have more points than us. But if we get a win here, come on. They lose, so I think they're out. Yeah, they don't make it. Just came down to that game, and they weren't able to pull it off. The Abbey Canucks also missed the playoffs. But let's head over to the Vancouver Canucks. Let's head over to Stat Central and go through all of our players and how bad this season was. You can see Elias Pettersson led our team with 59 points, which just isn't good enough. Now, I think he has done better in this franchise. Yeah. Comparative, 72 and 68 were like better seasons. But his wingers have definitely not helped. This team just isn't good. Production hopefully will pick up later unless we do end up moving him, but also a minus 13 isn't great at all. Like, our whole team is minuses. It's nuts. Lekermaki's second with just under 50 points, 26 goals. Besser, just under 50 points as well, 49, 21 goals, 28 assists. Hronek, 48, 47 for Rossi, and then it drops off. 35 for Ogren, 31 for Boyum, who's up to an 87, which is nice to see. Dadonov, the rookie, only having 30 isn't great, but I was playing him on the third line for most of the year, so I understand it just a little bit. Vilander with 30 is nice to see, but yeah, it's just not a great season. Hage was able to get 7 points, with 6 of them being goals in the last bit of the season there, which was nice. But yeah, without further ado, we will head all the way over to the day before the draft. The draft lottery. We're currently, we're not going to do that at this moment. We will head there eventually. We'll go through all the awards. We'll go through all the awards, who won the Stanley Cup. We'll go through all the stats for the entire league. But first, I want to head to the draft class. So currently, we're sitting, I think, with the fourth best odds to get the first overall pick. If we can get Larson, obviously I'm taking him. If we move up to 2, we have a choice between Schultz and Conroy, and this Schultz is the easy pick. He's high elite, you go best player available. If we're picking 4, kind of hoping Conroy drops. I wouldn't mind getting another medium elite defensive prospect. If we're able to move up, like if the team ahead of us is willing to trade their pick and we're sitting at 4, 5, or 6 and we're able to move up to try to pick him, I think I might do that. I don't think that this guy, the next best defenseman here, Jack Hare, is going to be medium elite. Could probably not, based on how I'm seeing all these potentials down here. I don't see him being that. So we're hoping that we're able to pick Conroy, or we move up to pick Larson and Schultz. If we drop, then we kind of drop out of luck in terms of medium elite players. We have other picks as well if we head over to the draft board. I also wanted to look at the other stuff on this list here. We have the Rangers' first round pick, which we hopefully get a top 6 medium or top 4 defenseman with. We have a second round pick. We have 2 third round picks, a 4th, a 5th, and a 6th. In terms of forwards, I was looking at this right before I started. All weaknesses in terms of who's in our NHL system, but depth forwards, top prospects, and forward prospects are all strengths, which is good. We have Lawrence, Coots, Belches, Hage, Novotny, any other big top prospects? Not really for our forwards, but those are the big guys. We also have Dadonov, who could be really, really good. Lekermaki was growing into his role as well, and Ogren, who still could have some growing to do. Only 24, could get a boost to maybe get to like 85. That would be nice. Defensively, neutral in terms of our top four. I feel like if Boyum and Vilander get up to like 85 and Boyum's able to get to like just under 90 or 90, it might become a strength. Top six, weakness. I mean, yeah, I feel like we could get one better defenseman to add to make that decor just a little bit better. A left shot defenseman, play Mancini, have DPD as the scratch, and then prospects and top prospects being the strengths. We got Dahl, Albert Smits. Alcos is developing decently, could turn into something. I think he's elite. Low, Drake, and that is about it for prospects. Yet again, we have Boyum who could grow. And then goaltenders, everything but depth goaltending is strengths. As we have Medvedev, who's a medium elite, who hopefully grows. He's up to a 78 right now. Could be moving out of Lankinen. And if Medvedev's ready to go next season, Demko is so good. And we're just going to hold on to him until he starts dropping. And we have Medvedev growing into the system. So it's kind of going to be like a switch. And then in terms of our other goaltenders, we've got Ty Young and Tolapilu who can hold down the AHL for a bit before Boetinger and Fragapan and Blunden will be ready to move up, as we have like a medium elite, a high starter, and a medium starter prospects all in the system. A plus for goaltending. Goalie set. Our defense, I feel like we can get one more medium elite defender. Might help out. Hronik is an 87. He's doing really good holding down that right side. If Vilander grows to like an 86, 87, then maybe not. Maybe one more lefty. Forwards, we're kind of just waiting for our guys to develop. So we'll see what happens at the draft lottery. Let's head over there as we'll go through all the awards and stuff when we get to the 19th. And then we'll go to the 20th and see if we are moving up. So I'll see you guys then. Alright, the playoffs are complete. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup, and the Calder Cup went to the Laval Rocket. That is $115 million is how much we're going to be able to spend next season, which, I mean, we already have a bunch of cap space already, so just adding more on top of it. Let's head over to Stat Central and awards, and let's see who won the awards this year. Obviously, it's yet again another Florida team, as it's just been Florida. I think 24-25 was the year that was before we started this. So 25-26, 26-27, 27-28. It's just been all Florida teams winning the cup. The Oilers win the President's Trophy. The Utah Mammoth made it all the way to the Stanley Cup final. But yeah, if you win the Prince of Wales, you're winning the Stanley Cup in terms of this sim. McDavid wins the Art Ross yet again. The Hart yet again. Bouchard wins his second. Norris. Oh my. Nylander wins the Lady Byng. Next up is Eklund winning the Calder. Barkov with the Conn Smythe. The Vezina going to Bob. I need to show the stats for Bobrovsky because it was insane. He had a nuts here. He gets the William M. Jennings as well, obviously. Once you see his stats, you'll know why. Thomas Harley winning the Bill Masterton. The Jack Adams going to the Sharks coach, Warsawski. And Austin Matthews winning the Selke. Lindsay going to McDavid. And McDavid getting the Maurice Richard trophy as well. Yeah, let's go check it out. I'm going to show you Sergei Bobrovsky's stats because they're absolutely insane. Let's go to entire league. That's how much McDavid had. Here's like the top points getter. Obviously, Quinn Hughes being there. It'd be nice to have a guy like Quinn Hughes. But you know what? That's what this sim entailed, was not having him. If we head over to defenseman just to check out the defensive stats, I want to see Bouchard 93. That makes sense why he won the Norris, because it's offensive defenseman award. If we head over to here, Sergei Bobrovsky finished the season with a .932 save percentage and a .206 goals against average, playing 60 games, winning 42. Yeah, just insane stats. 10 shutouts as well. Obviously, he would win the Vezina. And here is the rookie. The rookie skaters are different now because I think they all graduate or something like that out of it. But let's go to progress reports. Let's see if there's any growth that I didn't see originally, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. Zeev Boyum is up to an 89 overall. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Hopefully our top four is now set. Demko dropped, so he was a 90 going into the season. He's now down to an 87. As we got Pedersen at 87 as well, Besser 86, Rossi 85, Marcus Pedersen, Lekkemacki, Ogren up to an 84. That's nice to see. Vilander 84 still, Lankin at 83, Oslin 82. Lawrence is now up to an 82, which is nice. He was at an 80 last time we saw. Dadonov 82 again. He needs to play up to help him out. Coots is up to an 81. That's exactly what we need as well. Baines 80, Mancini still 79. Same with DPD. Anyone else? Michael Hage, 79. I don't know if there was growth there at all. In the system, Belchez is up to a 79. Medvedev up to a 79, so he's grown a little bit as well. Thomas still a 79. Dahl, 78. I feel like that's what I've seen out of top 4 defensemen in the second round who are like at a 78 starting. They just kind of plateau there immediately. Klimovich, Minio, Kudryavtsev, Nemec had insane growth. He was a 74 when we traded for him. Novotny up to a 77. Smith stays 76. He didn't really have that great of a growth year. Hopefully we're able to get more out of him next season. Or he has a boost going into the start of the season. Anyone else have insane growth? Wilson Bjork up to a 75. He's not going to do too much. Boetinger up to a 74. Anything else? Like big growth? Moraine up to a 70. Fitzgerald up to a 69. Drake, the elite low, is now up to a 68. 68 for, how do you say it? Fragapane? Is that how you say it? Yeah, but without, that's really it. Up to a 51 for that goaltender. He's still going to take a while to grow. Now, without further ado, let's get the draft lottery thing up. I'm just going to switch to there. There we go. Will we get the first overall pick? Will we drop it all? What will happen? With the 16th overall pick belongs to the Washington Capitals. The 15th overall pick belongs to the Detroit Red Wings. 14th, Ottawa. 13th, Toronto. 12th, Carolina from Dallas. 11th, sorry. Tampa Bay, who dropped. So 11th won the draft lottery. Minnesota is next. I kind of spoiled it there. 9th, St. Louis. 8th, Winnipeg. 7th, Boston. And I didn't notice that St. Louis dropped too. 8-1. So you know what that means. We have the 6th overall pick. Columbus gets 5. 4 goes to Seattle. 3 to Pittsburgh. 2 moving all the way up from 8th is Chicago. And the team moving up from 11th to 1st overall, literally the lowest odds in the lottery to do so, is the Los Angeles Kings. So yeah, that is the draft lottery results. Not exactly what we wanted. We wanted to move in and hopefully get another top player. And I mean, we do have medium elites across the board when it comes to our forward prospects, but adding yet another one would be insane. But we're going to get a good player who's going to hopefully be a little bit lower overall, a little bit lower potential, who will develop maybe a little slower and will take a little bit more time as these top prospects that we have are moving in already. Retirement, let's view the retired players. Who retired? Alex Ovechkin, Corey Perry. He hit 1,000 goals. Burns, Yossi, Carlson, Eberle, Doughty, Perron, Van Riemsdyk. Yeah, a lot of the older players in the league retired. Obviously a lot of the older players, but like a lot of the older players that are right now. Quick, Jones, Garberator, Grubauer, Matt Murray, Jack Campbell, and Calvin Pickard are your goaltenders. That retired. I'm not moving into the interviews. I'm just going to sim, and we're going to go right to the draft, and we're going to hope that a team ahead of us is willing to move off with their pick. Probably not, to be honest, but let's see. Chicago is, and that would be Maddox Schultz, and they would be dumb to do that. Realistically, it is red. They wouldn't want our pick, would they? No. And we already made our off-block trade in the last video, so we literally cannot make this move. But, it's a guy like Maddox Schultz. Like, I would give up Belchez. I would give up, if I could, Elias Pettersson, but he has a no-movement clause. Besser has a no movement clause. Does he switch eventually? So it is a contract I would like to move. He's going to have 1 more year of no movement. All right, that's perfect. Elias Pettersson, I think he has a full no move. Yeah, full no move all the way through, so it's going to be very hard to move him. Marcus Pettersson, it changes next season, so that could open up. And Philip Hronek, I feel like I wouldn't move him, but it opens up next season. So we're getting rid of a lot of our no movement clauses, which is exactly what we need. But yeah, we're not going to be able to make big moves when it comes to getting that second overall pick. So we're going to have to try to look at the 6th and see who we can make a move to, or if we can move down. I wouldn't want to move down to Minnesota, though. I wouldn't want to make a move with Minnesota. Let's see. Let's view the draft class. Let's see who we have the potential of taking. With the 6th overall pick, Fugelberg, who has a high top. See, now we can pick Hare, and it would make sense. Right, we could go Fugelberg, or we could go Hare and actually get the another defensive prospect that we want. Or we could just go with the guy who's probably going to be available. Let's sim the first pick because it's going to be obviously Larson, and then we'll see how good Maddox Schultz is. 81 overall, high elite. 3rd overall pick, this isn't what we had, so Liam Pugh would have gone there, meaning the guy, Conroy, would have been there had we had the selection, and we would have gotten a 78 overall left defense. I think he plays both sides, right defenseman, who his profile just looked great. He had a heavy slap shot, really good playmaking, and he was really good defensively, just kind of like a good all-around player. Kind of exactly what I wanted, who could play both sides, has the adaptability, but shoots left. Man, that's what sucks, was losing out on a guy like that, as the next pick will be Cullen, medium elite, 79 overall. So let's go to view draft class, because there has been times where you go maybe a little bit later and there's potentially like a medium elite down here. Like we got one at 11th overall last episode. You could have got it at 12th. Now Hare is a guy, this is still Fugelberg, but yeah, he's got good one-on-one skill, offensive creativity, playmaking ability. Sean Monahan, 1 year ETA. He's probably going to be a high elite kind of player. If we go to Hare, we have like nothing on him, which does suck, but he seems a bit more of an offensive defenseman. Looking at his stats, he is putting up a lot of points. Now here's the thing, we do have a log jam on the left side, so going Hare might not be the right thing to do. Log jam on the right side is like Albert Smith's, really, right? If I go to the draft board, I keep forgetting who we have and what side defensively in terms of prospects. Like Vilander, Hronek is kind of set. Boyum, Marcus Pettersson isn't really set because we could move Marcus Pettersson to get rid of $5.5 million if a team's willing to take it. We got Smits, Minio, Dolly on the right side. So we do have a bit of a logjam defensively. I feel like just going with the best player available is what we should do. So we're going to take the right and left winger Fugelberg, Pavel Fugelberg from TPS, Turku in the Liga. And we're going to hope that the Liga curse isn't in the video game, because a lot of those Liga players aren't developing too great in real life. As we'll take him, 75 overall, high top 6. So yeah, he's going to be good. We'll see what Hare was. I mean, you know what? A high top 4 defenseman wouldn't have been bad, and a little bit fits our timeline a little bit more, letting him develop while we have a solid top 4 already. But adding another forward prospect is nice. The thing I want to see is, if we go as far back as is here, is there going to be sneaky medium elites again? No. Not with Minnesota's pick. Not with Tampa's pick. No. It doesn't look like it. That's a good thing. Another Courtnall 74. Oh, it's going up a little bit again. Let's just see. I just want to see. Yeah, I feel like it would be a steal medium elite if anything. So we're going to sim to our 29th overall pick, and we're going to see if there was a medium elite that was taken. Nope, doesn't look like it. Yeah. All right, nice. We didn't miss out on a potential top steal in the first round. As we move in, this guy's going to be a bust. So we're not going to take Drummond, the right defenseman. An Italian we could take, but it looks like he is about the same as... We have this Canadian player. We have nothing on him. right seems like a lot of long shots. This guy doesn't seem bad, but it seems like very much a reach, but it's known potential. 3-year ETA. Do we have a pick pretty early? Yeah, we have a pick pretty early, so we can go with him then, if anything. Like, it's the 29th overall pick in the first round. There's not that much to move around. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks after in between the next 2 picks for us. All right. Do we take a shot? Do we take a shot on the Russian or the Ukrainian? And then we go with the other guy. Yeah, let's go with Filatov. Low elite Filatov, 66 overall. Look at that. I felt like he was going to be underrated because of, I still feel like Russians aren't as greatly scouted as North American players, and they tend to be underrated. I guess it works out in the game as well, as we get a good pickup there. If we move to 36, has he been taken? Doesn't look like it. A lot of low elites down here. Maybe it's a low elite draft. With how this is going, we can take Tuomo. What's that? I want to get his name. Tuomo Luomala. Hopefully, I'm not saying that right at all. I am not saying that right, as we get a low elite 64 overall. Nice to see. Is there going to be another low elite? Nope. All right. Seems like as much as there is some low elites, there's not a lot of them. Our third round pick, which is first because Pittsburgh finished last. We can take a shot, but if there is a guy who's like pretty much guaranteed, that looks good. I mean, I think this guy's going to be a gem. Stick usage, rebound, work ethic is the top one. Strength of competition is A+. 901, 295, hybrid. AHL starter is his thing. Could be a false. Could be false. I think we take the risk. Medium starter. Our goaltending is absurd. Our goaltending cabinet, in terms of all our prospects, it's full. It's overflowing. We could start making moves, I feel like, and trying to pick something up. A low top 4 doesn't seem too bad. Bit of a long shot prospect. That would be nice. That was pretty much guaranteed to us, so that's nice. That's our 2 third-round picks. We can move into our 4th-round picks, where I could feel like we can take a shot potentially here. We're going to go with Arthur Ballard, the low elite. See if... Yeah, no. Didn't really turn out too good. Well, that's fine. Maybe he turns into a good depth defense. We do have very good developmental staff, so we'll see if that's helping out, and if it will help out a lot of the prospects that we're trying to push through the system. I feel like, do we just take a shot, see if there is a good scouted medium elite? There isn't really. There's some good scouted low elites. He's the closest. We'll go with him. A low elite 51 overall center is going to be a long shot. That's nice to see. 6th round pick. Hopefully we're able to pick up another decent prospect. I wouldn't even mind going for like the medium top 6s if it's pretty much guaranteed. Halfway guaranteed comparative to trying to go for like a medium elite guaranteed. Yeah, it ends up being a 7th defenseman. And that is it for our draft. Okay, so I like our draft. Fugelberg, Filatov, Luomala, Modine, and McClellan, all the way to Ballard, are really good picks. So that's nice to see. Low elites are always nice. I don't think their value is as good this year as like past years in terms of if you want to go try to make a move. We do have some coaches that we do need to re-sign, so I will take a mental note of that. We do have some scouts as well, and we'll move into the re-sign phase. I really want to get this done and over with. Try to get a plan going here. So we do have Rossi. We give Leckermack an extension after. Same with Ogrid. Vilander is ready for a contract, and we have so much cap space. I don't even know if we're going to be too worried about making moves here. We could even hand Demko a potential extension just to see, or maybe we go Lankin and Medvedev out of the rebuild. I'm not sure. I feel like we try to move Lankin in as the best move. To make Tolopilo, Ty Young, I'm going to keep them around. Qualify. I'll sign Boetinger to his entry-level deal, and we'll sign Fragapan to his entry-level deal. Just kind of waiting the goaltenders out because there's no real rush to give them their entry-level contract. We can even give them all now, and I don't think it will go down until they're closer to being NHL ready, but honestly, might as well just wait. keep them unsigned while you can. Let's move over to the unsigned players. Just get this out of the way to see if there's maybe Fugelberg. He can move into the AHL right away, I'm pretty sure. So we can give Fugelberg a contract. Is he going to show up as Abbotsford? He'll show up as TPS. So we'll see what will happen with him. But since he's being since he is a 75 overall right away, I'm not too worried about handing him out a contract at this moment. UFAs, it's like our UFA list. It's not that much. We do have some prospects that we have to. I wouldn't say really think about, honestly. Maybe think about in terms of Zachary Morin. That's about it. I'm willing to bring Jet Wu back. Canuck for life is the reason. A 2-year deal for him, even if he's just going to be like a depth guy. That's totally fine. Luke Cunning's 30 years old. I don't feel like he's going to have a bit of a break. He's not going to have a breakout. There's a lot of prospects in the pipeline. I think I'm going to let Luke Cunning go and reevaluate in free agency. Gagne, we need him. I feel like we just need him for depth in our AHL. It's not too bad having him there. Same with Sasson and Oman. They just kind of fill spots. And if we don't need him to fill spots, really, we could just, I don't know, not play him. I'll find spots for them. I feel like they do help out our prospects. Moray, I'll see. Maybe we can get a good potential AHL guy out of him. Same with these guys. Just give them contracts because they have decent potential. I mean, Pittman doesn't have that great potential, but he's only 19 and he's already almost a 70, so we'll see about him. And then same with Linus Carlson. Bigger body as well, so if we need him in the bottom 6, I feel like that'll help out a lot. RFAs is probably we're going to be spending most of our time here. Arnri Ravitskis will qualify. I'll qualify Ulrichsen as well. Josh Bloom, yeah, I'll qualify him. I like him in the AHL. Minio, we're qualifying him, of course, 23. Getting up there with Minio and Kudryavtsev, I think this is kind of where they're going to, plateau. Same with DPD. Hopefully, I did the same thing to DPD that I did last episode, so we'll end up signing him right before. Yeah, I did that in last episode. That was the last time we went to free agency. I did the same thing. Vilander and Rossi, like the only real big contracts we have to think about. Totally fine just giving these guys their RFA qualifications for one more season, just to see. They're probably going to sign. Most of them are probably going to sign it. So we'll see. Vilander, he won't sign his. So what is he looking for? Yeah, 5.5. I'll give him 5.5. Does the adding years takes it down a little bit? Okay. But he can have a clause at the end of it, and he's 23. So if a straight no move helps me get a 7th year. See, I don't want to hit these out like candy, but yet again, we have 3 years. We could potentially move him if we absolutely have to. But I feel like this guy's going to be a part of our core forever. And 3 years, so he's going to be 20, 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26, 26, 27, 27, 28, 28, 29. Yeah, he's going to be 29 when this contract ends. Absolutely. Rossi, I feel like you got to try to get as many. Like, I would do 3, but he's going to be a UFA in 3 seasons. Like, what does he want for 8? 26-year-old would want 7, so he probably wants $8 million for an 85. That's not great. For an 85, that is not great. A 4th year doesn't deter me too much, especially like 6.5 for an 85 overall. That takes him till he's 30, and then we can see from there. I don't mind that at all. We have the cap space to make that move, so definitely. Something I'm interested in. And other than that, is that about it? Is that really it for our re-sign phase? That's insane. Yeah, that is it. So if we advance day and everyone accepts, Rossi says, no, at this point in my career, I want to be on a team that's vying for the Stanley Cup often. Okay. Well, he is an RFA, so Vilander, I'm not going to re-sign at that dollar value. Okay. I'm thrilled to join. I'm willing to give him 6 for Vilander. He's gonna grow into it. Yes. Roster spots. Okay. Roster spots. A little worried about roster spots when it comes to some of these guys, cause let's just qualify Rossi at 5 and qualify Vilander. Roster spots when it comes to Fragpan concerns me. Just a little bit. So we want to keep a medium elite goaltender around. So we'll offer him another contract. We'll go to all of our side deals and we'll go to like the cheapest ones. Maybe we can just do some cheap buyouts. Some players we don't need. Speaking of players we don't need. Do we not have McEachran? Oh, he might have retired. McEachran might have retired. How do we have 50 contracts? It's insane to me that we do actually have 50 contracts. Maybe that's why you don't see McEachran right away, because overall, you actually rate by overall. Gabriel Sherratt, we could get rid of. Fitzgerald, no. Sinsonen. I feel like McEachran did retire, so what are we looking at here? Buying out Henri Ravinces, or releasing Henri Ravinces? No, we can't, because we qualified him. Actually, Gil and Brisebois, we could get rid of. Patterson, don't really feel like it. Sinsonen, Murray. Buy out Murray immediately. Can you actually do that? That's insane. Fitzgerald immediately as well. I think we'll get rid of Gabriel Sherratt. Let's see. And we'll get rid of Safonov. So that opens up 2 contract spots. Now, if we go to all skaters, we go to UFAs. That's what we want. It's Pietinen that said no, and yeah, Fragpan that said no. So that actually fits. That works out. All right. Then we could go negotiate with our 2 NHLers. He says yes. Let's go over, sort by overall, and let's talk to Marco Rossi. So he said no. What did we give him? 4 at 6? 6.5 for 4? But he said he wanted to be on a team that's fine for a Stanley Cup. So we'll have to do negotiations with him. Tom Vilander, on the other hand, organizational is not that great either. We did 4.5 or 5.5, and we did it through 6 with a no move added to it. Not a no trade, a no movement. So what if we did 6 for him? If he says, I feel like he's going to say yes to that. Then we go to negotiations for Rossi. Try to boost his, let's see, charm. No, it does not work. Okay. Organization. Team status. Persuade. No. Organization. Market. Persuade. No. Contract. Yeah. Can I exit? No, we have to do. Okay. He's 26, so we wanted to do a 4-year contract. And we did want to go. We could improve by like increased salary. 6.5. Final offer at 6.5, maybe. He said no. Did he say no to that? Wait. Sorry, I'm still getting used to like. Oh, okay, we went back to his deal. Advanced day. Hopefully, Vilander says yes. No, I'm on Vilander. We don't have a spot for Fragpan. What are you talking about? Oh my god. No, he said no again. What are we talking about? We do have a spot. There's 49 contracts. There's 1 exempt contract. Is that why? I have to go buy out another deal. How do we have that many deals? I don't understand. I thought we didn't have that many. Doesn't seem like we have 50. You know what I mean? Yeah, I guess we'll get rid of Moray. As much as we just signed him, I guess we'll get rid of him. Our buyout's still like 2 million on buyout, but it's fine. Man, this is getting a little iffy in terms of trying to bring these guys back. Okay, hopefully Fragpan says yes. So we move over to Rossi, offer contract. We said 6.5 for 4. We could try 6.5 for 4 if it'll let us send it this time. So he said no to it already. Is that why? So we could do 6.5 for 3. All right, let's just try this. Seems like he'll say yes to this. He'll get back to us tonight about it. Vilander. Vilander, how about 5 for 6? No. And no. What are you talking about? We don't have roster spots for. Is it the goaltending roster spots? What's Fragapan on about? Why can't we sign him? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goalies. A six goalies signed. What are you talking about? You can't sign with us. This is getting annoying. This is getting very annoying. All right, I'm gonna deal with the coaching. I'm gonna see if I can get those guys signed, but I'll see you guys in free agency. All right, we are at free agency, and yeah, it's still not. So if we go to let's go to a sign scout. Got all my scouts signed. I'm 90% sure. Yeah, I got 3 scouts that I could go sign. Let's go to coaches. We don't have a head coach. Why don't we have a head coach? There's the rule that we cannot go over the coach budget. Adam Foote was asking for like $4 million, and I'm not gutting my developmental teaching, coaching staff to try to appease to Adam Foote. Also, he's not doing that great of a job either. We can go probably find a cheaper option. To be honest, we do have like a mil to spend, so it isn't that much. We might have to go over. I might have to I'll just fire a coach to try to like make sure it's good, but we want to make sure the teaching is good in the coach that we're going to get. So that we got a teaching from Salvador is his name. He's a veteran one though. I feel like you don't want a veteran coach even if with good teaching, but he probably has the best teaching. Well, we got A+ teaching down here. He's an associate coach. McClement. I mean, we could go with him just to try to go just for a little bit, because the rule is once we start, we can go for an all-in thing. So if we feel like we're ready to go make playoffs, we're ready to make a push, we could go all in. But you can only sign a 1-year contract with that coach if you're able to. Yeah, in terms of coaching, it's going to be tough. But if we hand him the NHL head coach job, he'll probably say yes. I didn't mean to do this. I just meant to offer him the contract. Yeah, we didn't do anything, obviously. So if we switch it to NHL head coach, offer contract, that's what we wanted to do. Send it his way. Hopefully we're able to get him. Because we're not going to get Adam Foote. We have to go under our budget. It's not too great at the moment. In terms of contracts, if we go, Fragapan went to free agency. I don't know what's with this. Why we can't sign him. DPD's back. Don't worry about that. But he won't sign for some reason. The other person who won't sign but is restricted is Rossi. Just won't sign. Mancini, I guess, doesn't want to sign either. Maybe he wants a little bit more money than his qualifying card. He'll eventually accept. It's going to be drawn out negotiations, I feel like, with Rossi. We'll get into that in the next episode. But Vilander did say yes to just under $6 million for, I think it's 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 years, yes. And I don't think he has a clause. No clause, 6 years. We just got his organizational interest like maxed, and he said yes. Pretty quickly. We still have a lot of cap space to make moves and stuff like that. Like we have Noah Ostlund that we can look for a potential contract extension. He's looking for 3 mil. I mean, Ogren, what did he want? Probably about 5. Yeah, just under 5. And Lekkernmäki might want 7. But we want 8. He wants a lot. I feel like we're going to wait a little bit on Mike Mackey to see if we can get negotiations to favor us a little bit. But in terms of this episode, that is about it. We don't really have anything to do other than to go into free agency. Now, I offered Frangipan a contract, hoping he'll say yes. Please say yes. If we lose our medium elite goaltender just because we didn't have roster spots, even though I have a roster spot open, I don't understand it. So, yeah, we'll get into that in the next episode. But without further ado, that is it for this episode. Make sure to, if you're a Canucks fan and you enjoy this kind of content, hit the subscribe button. I set a goal to try to hit 500 subscribers by the end of this upcoming regular season in real life. By the end of this regular season in real life. Leave a like and let me know down below. What should we do? What should we go for? I'll give you the rundown of the roster real quick. Just like show you sort of by overall, which I think it is. Add Rossi there. That's our centers. This is our left wingers. This is our right wingers. This is our defense. And this is our goaltending. What should we go do? You can pause and read and let me know. Who should we go after for to see what spots we need to fill? I'll try to get a good idea of what I would want to do by the time the next episode is out. So yeah, without further ado, the video on your right is the video from Monday. The video on your left is the video from Friday. Subscribe right under the video on your right. I'll see you guys in the next one.